Radio Haye with David Haye. Another smoker tonight. It was entertaining, to say the least. What do you think of Smith's performance, first of all?
I thought he showed a lot of heart, a lot of guts, a lot of balls. A lot of fighters would have took a knee a long time prior to that stoppage. A lot of corners would have thrown in the towel. It was a sustained beating from probably round 3 onwards. It was very much one-sided, and I don't think there's anybody wanting to see a rubber match there. No one's interested in the third fight because this fight was so conclusive.
You think that with Eubank's performance tonight, it makes his point that maybe the first time was a miracle shot?
That's exactly what he done. There was nothing that Liam Smith did in this fight to suggest he could win a third fight. Now that Chris knows the level of Liam Smith, he prepared as such. The first fight, I believe it was down to his lack of mental and physical preparation for the fight, and just assuming because he's a naturally gifted athlete and he's just a great fighter, that will be enough. No, you have to work, and he's got Eubank and the team now making sure that the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed, and it was very, very evident in there tonight. It was the fact that he wasn't rushing his stuff. He was taking his time, picking his moments, and when he put his shots together, they were beautiful. The body work, the left hook to the body was tremendous. It looked like a complete fighter in there.
Ben was ringside tonight. He's got a fight coming up maybe in the next 2 weeks. If we see this before the end of the year, how does that fight go?
That's the fight everybody wants. I definitely feel Ben, from Ben's side, he needs at least one fight because it's been a while since he's been in the ring. He was preparing to fight Chris. Feels like, was it over a year ago? A year ago. So he needs some rounds because remember, he's not a fighter who's had 30 fights. He's still up and coming. He hasn't fought for world titles yet. People treat him like he's had won 2 world titles at 2 different weights. Remember, he's still learning himself. So maybe definitely have him one before it, just to get his eye in, just to make sure things are right. Obviously, fighting a bigger man as well. That's going to be interesting. Chris looked very, very big in there, and if they do fight, what weight is that going to be at?
It's 160, they say.
If it's 160, then Ben's going to need to get in there with a big middleweight and practice.
You reckon he's got a shot then?
I think any fighter, who's shown what Ben's shown has a shot. The Algieri fight really showed me that he's not just a prospect. He is a contender, and this fight really will capture the public's imagination, particularly in Britain. It doesn't get any bigger than this. Both of their fathers were the biggest, ever, fighters. Me growing up, that was it. It was Ben Eubank. That was it. So we've got the perfect opportunity to have the kids fight each other. It's great. It's absolutely amazing. But it's a fight that will sell out any arena, any stadium, and smash the numbers box office wise. So. Very exciting, yeah.
I think we might be there before the end of the year. Yeah. Radio Haye with David, the Haymaker. Hey.